What am I supposed to do now? My name is Yukio Hirasawa, 25 years old. I am the heir to the long-established hotel that was founded in the Edo time period, called the Hirasawa Hotel, located in a famous resort town. My parents were running the business until just recently, but suddenly, they were both taken away in a car accident. Suddenly, I had to take over as the owner of the hotel, but... Yesterday and today, we had 0 guests?
That's right.
All of our customers and employees have been taken over there.
The Hirasawa Hotel was caught in a predicament, and the reason for that was because of a new theme park luxury resort that was built called Yokodori Resort. The Yokodori Resort, of course, had hot springs and pools, but they also had buffet-style meals, and it was extremely popular amongst families and young people. And the existence of it was completely overtaking the business of a small, rusted hotel like ours. On top of that, as if to rub salt in the wound, a lot of our regular customers as well as even our employees left us and went there. All that was left was the resort manager that has been working there for generations named Miss Hirano, and the head chef Mr. Toda. I'm way too underqualified for this. Can I really close it down that easily? This is a hotel that my sisters have protected from generation to generation. I felt like it was impossible. But I also didn't want to give up yet, and I was pushed to the edge of this dilemma. At that time,
I apologize for not making a reservation, but please, just for one night, is there any way?
We don't accept guests like you here at this resort, who are unrepresentable and unclean.
oh no, it's that guy. This guy was Suro Yokodori. He was the heir to Yokodori Resort, but it was his hobby to place value on his customers. And he was an unpleasant guy. And he was also the person responsible for trying to stomp out our hotel that was the smallest in this resort town. How can he say that to such a kind-looking old lady? I can't forgive him. I tried to avoid Suro as much as I could, but now wasn't the time for that. I immediately ran over to the elderly lady on the ground.
Humph! Go home, old hag!
But
Are you okay? Are you hurt?
thank you, I just fell over a little bit and I just wanted to rest before I leave, but...
Well, then, would you like to stay at our place? You don't need to pay anything.
But I would feel terrible.
We have to help each other in times of need. We are a small hotel, but we have delicious local food, and an outdoor bath with a beautiful view as our pride.
Hey, tell me the name of your hotel.
It's called the Hirasawa Hotel. Oh, my name is Yukio Hirasawa. I'm the owner. Please, make yourself at home, and relax after your body's been through a long journey.
My, I didn't know he was still around. My name is Yone. I can't believe that I'll get to enjoy these baths for the first time in so many years.
When we got back to the hotel, I explained the situation to Mr. Toto and Miss Hirano, and they warmly welcomed Miss Yone. While Miss Yone was relaxing in the hot springs, we prepared her room as well as a few traditional treats, and completed creating an environment that she could enjoy. Mr. Toto was busy preparing a delicious, nutritious meal full of local dishes using plenty of fresh vegetables. And then, 1 hour later...
It's delicious. I can feel my strength coming back with every bite.
It's an honor to hear your compliments. All of these ingredients are freshly sourced locally.
It's nice to see that this place hasn't changed.
Are you familiar with our hotel?
Yes, actually, when I was in high school, I stayed here on a school trip, but the view from the outdoor bath and cooking here, I was never able to forget them. You know, when I was a student, I stayed here many times. Oh my, thank you very much for your kind words. When I became a working adult, I became so busy that I wasn't able to come, and that's a disappointment. And the reason why I came to Resort Town this trip was to find this place, but I just couldn't find it this time.
I can imagine. Compared to what this town used to be, it looks completely different now.
But I'm so glad I found it. Do you mind if I come again?
About that, it actually might be a little difficult.
Oh dear, why is that?
The three of us then explained what happened with my parents, and how all of our customers and employees have been stolen by Suro's resort.
That's disappointing. The view from the outdoor bath here is so relaxing, and more than anything, it's a hotel with the most history of this town.
But I suppose we haven't been able to keep up with the changing times.
But are you okay with that? I'm sure you don't want to let go of something that your ancestors have protected from generations to generations.
Well, of course. I don't want this place to end in my generation like this. But what can I do?
Well, if you wouldn't mind, everybody, would you please allow me to help you?
What?
It would be a waste to lose an incredible hotel like this. And actually, my granddaughter also really loves this place.
Are you sure about this?
Of course, if anything, I want to ask you to let me. What do you say?
Well then, yes, please. Thank you very much. To be honest, I was wondering what kind of person Miss Yone was, but I was just thankful that she was going to help us. And then, a few days later... Is this a joke? Isn't this person...
Long time no see, Mr. Yukito. I heard a story from my grandmother. Please give me the opportunity to make this hotel flourish.
What? This person was Miss Mio Ashino. She was 2 years older than me, and she was a regular customer that would come to stay with us at least once a year. I can't believe that Miss Mio was Miss Yone's granddaughter.
Wow! It's the real goddess of the hotel, Hirasawa!
Are you really sure this is okay?
Yes, I used to work in the advertising for travel companies, so I think I should be able to be use of you for this hotel that has the most history in this entire resort town. Please let me work.
I can't believe you feel that way about us. We're so happy.
Let's work hard together from now on.
Well then, now that that's decided, we're going to have a feast to celebrate.
We were grateful for the goddess that appeared amidst the darkness, and to celebrate, we had a grand feast that evening. And starting the next day, the Hirasawa Hotel revival project began.
Hey, Mr. Yukio. Why don't you make a website for this hotel?
Well, I'm not really good at those types of things.
Well then, why don't we make it together now? These days, a lot of customers look online to book their vacations.
That's true, and maybe they'll have more trust in us too.
Dishes that uses local fare and an outdoor bath with a show-stopping view. If we take photos in accordance to that, I think it'll make customers stop and have a look.
That's a great idea. Oh, yeah, would it be okay if we put this on there? Actually, the person who first dug into this area and struck the natural hot springs was my very own ancestor. That ancestor came back day after day after day to continue digging the hot spring. And finally, it became something that could heal people's hearts and bodies. The story goes that regardless of the weather, he worked tirelessly day in and day out. And the town people were so moved by his passion that little by little, they got their motivation back. And that was how this village developed into a prosperous resort town. It really is unbelievable. But I really admire that ancestor of mine.
But, Mr. Yukito,
And I really want people to know how big of an influence my ancestors' determination had on the development of this resort town.
You should definitely put that on the website.
Miss Mio?
Because that became the starting point of this hotel and the resort town. Maybe, just maybe, we might grab the interest of people who love history and are maniac about hot springs. And also, to continue to tell history, it's also how you can continue on the legacy for your parents and your ancestors.
What?
Mr. Yukido, right now you have that baton. Let's tell many people of the history, the culture, and the legend of this hotel. I know they will definitely love it.
You're right. I definitely won't drop that baton no matter what. From there, under the guidance of Miss Mio, we took photos of the outdoor bath and the beautiful dishes and put them on the website. We also uploaded photos of how it looks different according to the 4 seasons, as well as the dishes that use local seasonal ingredients, and we waited to see the response from customers. And then, we also told the story of my ancestor that was the foundation of this resort town. And we weave the history of this hotel into that story. After that, when we also included a reservation system.
Welcome!
Wow, what a beautiful hotel! It has even more taste than in the photos. I must say, it shows that this has been protected from the generation of your ancestors.
It's an honor to have your compliment, ma'am. Well then, please, allow me to show you to your room. In 1 month, we already have a lot more customers. And this is all thanks to everything you taught us, Miss Mio.
Thank you very much. But you know this hotel is still standing because of your determination, Mr. Yukio?
Do you think so?
Of course. That's why you need to have more confidence, okay?
Miss Mio? My head?
I'm sorry. I got carried away.
No, please. I don't mind.
I have a little brother that's a lot younger than me, and I pat him on the head a lot. You kind of remind me of my little brother.
It's okay. If anything, I was pretty happy about it. It made me remember my mom and my dad a little bit. My mom used to do the same thing to me a lot.
I didn't know that.
But I can't be spoiled and childish like that forever. I still need to work even harder.
Not at all, Mr. Yukio. You're always working very hard.
What?
You always have a smile on your face and you say thank you to us, don't you? There are many customers who are drawn to that warm personality of yours.
But I am only relying on all of you. I can't face anybody like this.
But your ancestors didn't make this town develop all by himself, you know. He had the support of all kinds of people, and I think that's why he was able to succeed. So please, rely on us more. We are on the same team to support this hotel and this town together.
That just gave me a lot of energy. I'm glad I was able to talk to you, Miss Mio. Thank you very much.
Not at all. We have a lot of reservations tomorrow as well. So let's put our best foot forward.
Yes! From there, as a new challenge, we started running campaigns limited to our regular customers. And we also started offering seasonal one-day plans as well. And then, perhaps that paid off, because we became even more popular with foreign tourists and young people. And these days, we become popular regardless of age or gender. Little by little, we started to get the energy of what this hotel used to be. And the best reward was that we succeeded in drawing more staff as well. Everything seemed to be going smoothly, but then one day, it suddenly fell apart. Wait a minute, please! What do you mean you're going to quit?
But not so suddenly, please. Tomorrow we have a large group of guests.
To our disbelief, more than half of those employees suddenly disappeared from this hotel.
What on earth are we supposed to do? With so few of us, there's no way that we're going to be able to attend tomorrow's large group party.
What were they so unsatisfied about? Even when I asked them why, they all looked away and refused to answer.
I'm going to try to contact the other hotels and explain the situation. and we're gonna collect as many people as I can that can help. That was the situation. So we split up and tried to go around to any places we could to get help, but...
Oh my, if it isn't the Hirasawa Hotel. You seem like you're in quite the panic.
Ugh, Suro.
Of course you are, because if everybody quits at once, anybody would panic.
Huh? Well, how do you know about that?
Who knows? Rumors like that were very quickly to come into the ears when we're in the same industry, you know. But good luck to you, Mr. Rundown Hotel.
To be honest, I felt an unsettling air about Suro's attitude, but now wasn't the time to worry about that. 1 hour later... Thank you very much. How can we possibly thank you when you're all so busy?
Not at all! We are all part of the same team to support this resort town.
I'm so happy. I didn't know that there would be people who'd be willing to help. However, even though we went all around to different hotels, we were only able to gather 5 people. Although right now was the period for tourism, and everybody had their hands full, so it couldn't be helped, but... To be honest, even with this number of people, we don't have enough hands.
You're right. In order to look after 50 people, we're going to need more support and staff.
We can't bother anybody else any more than this. What should we do?
At this point, let me use my secret weapon.
Secret weapon? What's that?
Wait a minute, okay? This is an emergency situation. Oh, hello? It's me, Mio. Actually, this, and that, and...
The next day.
We're here to help!
What? Missione, you have so many people! What happened was that Missione's best friend owned a resort in the city, but because they were going under renovation, they just went into a break. All the staff were going to be placed on a long-term break as well, but she was able to gather all of them. And because Missione was a regular at the resort, she was very familiar with the managers and the staff, and they were happy to help her.
Well, anything that Miss Yone needs or asks of us, we would be happy to help. And plus, even if it may be far, it doesn't change our shared feelings of wanting to make the guest happy.
You all came from so far away. I truly can't thank you enough.
Grandma, everybody, thank you so much.
Oh dear, save the tears for later. Well then, let's go and give the guests that are here now and the group that's about to arrive the best hospitality.
Alright, now that's decided, it's time to get to preparing.
From there, we all put our hands together and went around taking care of all the guests. It was our first time handling a large group reservation of 50 people, and so there were a couple times we hit a few bumps. But because we had enough people to help, it went smoothly. Wow, everybody is amazing. I think we can do this. However, immediately after that,
This has to be a joke, right? I thought that it was definitely going to be a hurricane of desperate cries. After having the entire staff stolen from them, why do they all look so happy?
ugh,
Shoot! Yikes, he's glaring at me? Run away!
whoa there, why are you running away? Mr. Yokodori?
I'm not running away. I haven't done anything strange or weird.
Interesting. Which means that you must know something, and there's something suspicious isn't there?
I said there isn't.
Anyway, why don't we go over there and have a nice long chat about it?
No!
Well then, about the incident regarding our entire staff disappearing, are we correct that you were the person behind it?
Who knows? What could you possibly be talking about?
Don't play dumb. We already have a pretty good idea on what's been going on, you know.
Damn it! Yeah, you're right. I'm the one that did it.
As it turns out, Suro had promised the staff that he would hire them at double the salary of our place, and the majority of them were drawn to that. What an outrageous guy! Although the staff are also partly blamed for betraying us.
You're the worst. What's the reason that you would go so far to try to put our leg like that? Based on your answer, we're not gonna let you get away with this for nothing.
Because I don't care who you think you are, just because you're a hotel of history or whatever. But you're completely run down, and yet you're somehow busier than us? And I can't stand that. Who do you think you are?
For such a pathetic reason, you're causing troubles to someone else's hotel? You think you're going to be forgiven easily for that?
You're from that day.
Why, hello, I'm the old hag that you coldly kicked out of the resort previously. I will be reporting this incident to your parents and partners of the resorts.
Huh? Come on, stop that. If they find out about this, then I'm going to be kicked out.
Interesting. So that means you have the self-realizations that you've done something bad? In that case, I can't forgive you even more.
If you don't want this, then you shouldn't have done something so awful in the first place.
Stop it, please.
Today was exhausting.
A lot happened today, didn't it? Great work, though.
I'm just glad that the group party was a success. All of this and that are all thanks to you, Miss Mio.
Mr. Yukio, I told you this before, didn't I? That this is also thanks to your skills and that's why it's a success. You're just as amazing, and I think your ancestor would be so proud of you.
I guess I still don't stand a chance against you, Miss Mio. After that, Suro was quickly cut off by his parents and he was dragged out of his position as the CEO of the resort. I heard he's wandering aimlessly now, but he did it all to himself. All the employees who left us for him ended up quitting out of guilt. On the other hand, as for us... it's delicious! And this is why Mr. Toto's staff meals are simply the best. My chopsticks won't stop. Oh, Miss Mio? You not have an appetite?
Ever since I came here, every day has been so much fun. Working with you, Mr. Yukio, and eating staff meals together like this.
I also feel the same way, Miss Mio. Let's continue to work together to keep growing this hotel.
More and more, I want to get closer to you, Mr. Yukio.
What?
There's something I have to tell you.
And it turns out that perhaps my ancestors had a few more blessings for me. Alright, I was able to buy cheap again today. My name is Yuma Nakamura, 25 years old. I grew up in a poor family, and both my parents struggled ever since I was a little kid. In order to be able to send money to my parents every month, I try to save where I can in my life. Of course, I'm not forcing it in any way, but apparently from the outside, people seem to think that I'm a poor person.
I can't believe you shop at such a crappy store.
Oh, Fugo. This was my colleague from work, Fugo Narakani. Apparently his father is the CEO of different companies and he's quite wealthy. He still lives at home with his family, and from his privileged lifestyle, he always teases me.
How sad to be so poor that you have to shop at a disgusting store like this.
That's not true. You know this grocery store is a really great shop.
Well then, are you telling me that they have foie gras and caviar at this shop?
I've never seen a grocery store that has things like that.
Seriously? It's only a couple of $100. I can't believe they don't even have that on the shelves here.
price isn't everything, Fugo. And plus, this shop is really helpful for the people.
Oh, my bad, my bad. You know, I'm pretty rich. So I just don't understand how poor people think or live. Although for someone like you who is saving and still living so poorly, you might be below the poor people.
That's not true.
If you want to talk back to me, do it when you're better at your job than me. Although, the way that you are, no matter how hard you work, it might never be possible anyway. Well then, I have a reservation with my dad and his friends at a fine dining French restaurant. Au revoir!
He doesn't even speak French. The next day at work, Fugo was bragging once again. Everybody seemed annoyed with it, but because he was good at his job, it was hard to complain about him. But we entered the company at the same time. We have the same starting point. I need to work harder and be able to be better at my job so I don't lose to that guy.
Mr. Nakamura! There was another mistake in your work!
I'm sorry. Shoot, I did it again. This is what my life was like. That was all about to change one day from a lunch break. I made a lot of mistakes again today. I wonder if I'm ever going to be able to be better at my job than Fugo.
You're eating by yourself in a place like this?
Wait, Miss Haragi? This woman was Miss Mifuyu Haragi. She is 28 years old, and she's actually the CEO of our company. She's kind to myself as well as others, but she also works harder than anybody. She's not even that much older than me. She's amazing.
You look like there's something on your mind. Did something happen?
What? Wait a minute. Is it okay if I talk to you about it?
It's part of my job to make it easier for my employees to get their work done.
Even though she's busy, she worries about me too. I'm really glad that I was able to join this person's company. Actually, I'm feeling a little bit troubled about my work. I make a lot of mistakes, and I haven't been able to get better. Well, I suppose it's just a matter of working harder, I guess.
Well then, would you like me to teach you some pointers about the job?
What?
Why don't you work with me and try learning by working next to me? I actually have a sales meeting in the afternoon. Do you want to come with me?
Are you sure? Thank you very much. I can't believe that Miss Haragi, who I look up to so much, is going to help me. I need to take this opportunity and work harder so I can be more useful to the CEO. After that, once I finished my lunch, I ended up going with the CEO to a business meeting. Knowing Miss Haragi, she's probably really cool when she's in business meetings too. I need to make sure I seal the image in my mind.
This is the closest train station and company is, let's see, this way.
Wait, that's the opposite direction.
I knew that. Right now, I was just testing you.
Right, of course. There's no way that you would be bad with directions, Miss Haragi. After that, we somehow made it to the company where we had the business meeting. As soon as the meeting started, Miss Haragi completely changed.
The suggestion we have this time is,
It's amazing that she can speak this boldly in front of so many higher-ups. And this is why Miss Haragi is so cool. A few hours later, when we finished the meeting, we were back at the train station.
but you don't need to thank me.
You were giving me your precious time and helping me learn more about the job. It's a given. And plus, you were amazing again today, Miss Haragi. I want to someday be able to speak boldly like you did to business leaders like that.
You'll be fine. I saw you taking notes seriously, and as long as you keep working hard like that, it'll pay off someday.
Thank you very much. I can't believe the CEO is complimenting me. I'm touched.
Um,
Wait, are you okay?
it's bitter.
What?
I actually can't drink bitter things.
I totally thought she would drink her coffee black. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go buy something else so you don't have to force.
No, I've already put my mouth on it, so I can't waste it.
She's serious about her food and drinks. Even after that, I moved around with Miss Hiragi and learned more about the work. I also read business books at home and decided to study so that I could be more useful at work. As I spent more time with Miss Hiragi, I also noticed that there were a lot of ways in which she was really cute. Then one day, after work, I was at the super cheap grocery store as usual, doing some shopping when... Oh, the beef is really cheap today. Not only that, but there's only one left. Lucky me. Ah! So, I'm sorry.
No, excuse me. Wait, aren't you?
What? Miss Hiragi?
No way! I can't believe that you also know of this grocery store. You must be pretty smart.
What are you doing here, ma'am?
Oh! It's almost time where they're going to put the 50% off stickers on the deli corner over there. We need to hurry!
Not only that, but she's saying that like she's a regular customer here? I was shocked by the appearance of Miss Hiragi, but the two of us finished up our grocery shopping and walked out of the store together.
Thanks for letting me take the beef.
Not at all. But what were you doing in that shop, Miss Hiragi? I'm sure as the CEO must make quite a lot of money, so I figured you would be able to shop at a better place.
To tell you the truth, my family used to be very poor.
What?
We didn't have any money, and every day we struggled to put food on the table. I've had that experience, so that's why I vowed to someday become rich. And that's why I worked really hard to get to where I am.
And now you've become a CEO.
If I didn't struggle so much when we were poor, I might still be poor to this day. That's why, just because I earn more money now, I don't plan on wasting it. Because my parents also run a shop now to help those around them too. Well, I can't talk about this to the other employees, even though I just let it spill to you.
Why is that?
If everybody found out that I used to be poor, they might lose faith in me and be disappointed. When I was a student, I was teased for being poor a lot, so that's why I feel like I have to hide that I used to be poor.
That's not true, though. If anything, I think it's amazing.
What?
Because the fact that you got out of being poor and now you're a CEO, you must have worked so hard. And even though you're successful, you don't waste it. And I think it's beautiful that you're still modest.
You think so?
I really do believe that. Wait, what's the matter? Your face is bright red.
Because that's the first time anybody's ever said that to me, and it's making me blush.
This person is way too cute. And then, I start to notice a change in her even at the office.
Mr. Nakamura, this is about the work that we have today.
I feel like you're quite close.
What are you talking about? More importantly, about the work.
What's going on all of a sudden? Ever since that one incident, I felt like Miss Hiragi was ever so slightly closer to me than before. She's always so close that our shoulders brush, and during the lunch break, she calls me out to the meeting room and...
If you would like, please eat this.
What?
You know, the other day you let me take the last beef, right? This is to thank you for that. So, here.
I can't imagine Miss Hiragi cooking at all, but... recently, she seems a little bit different than before, so... Wait, this is delicious!
I'm glad to see you seem to enjoy it.
I can't believe it's this delicious. You must be using different ingredients?
Everything is about what I bought from that super cheap shop.
I buy my food at the same shop, but I can't believe it changes this much based on the person cooking it. It's amazing that you can make such a delicious cooking even when you're saving money.
Come on, you're complimenting me too much.
But I really do think you're amazing, Miss Haragi. I wish I could learn how to cook like this.
Do you want to try making it together then? This weekend, I'll teach you how to make money-saving meals at my house.
But I'm really not very good at cooking and things like that.
I'm sure you'll be fine. If you study seriously the way that you do with your work, I'm sure you'll be able to learn it quickly.
Well, then, yes please. Thank you. And then, a few days later, I ended up going over to Miss Haragi's house. Apparently her parents also had the day off that day, so they were home, but...
Mafuyu, you finally have a partner? Mafuyu, you finally have a partner?
It's not like that. I invited him over to teach him how to cook today.
Wait a minute. Miss Haragi is beautiful, but maybe she's never had a boyfriend before.
Well then, why don't we get started straight away? First, can you cut up the vegetables?
Yes. Why does it feel like we're a married couple?
Wait, you can't cut them like that.
What?
Here, give it to me.
Whoa.
When you cut it, you need to put your hands like this, and... Wait, why is your face so red?
What can I say? How do I say this? You're very close and,
I'm so sorry. You must have hated that.
I didn't hate it or anything like that. It just shocked me, that's all.
I think he might be perfect for Fimuyu.
Wait, what are you doing?
We were trying to see if he was a guy worthy of you, Mafuyu. He seems like a pretty serious good guy.
Don't say that. You're gonna trouble him.
No, it's okay. I don't mind if they had the misunderstanding about our relationship.
What? Does that mean you don't mind if you became my boyfriend?
That's not what I'm saying, but...
Right, of course not. I'm sure there's that you would want somebody much more wonderful.
No, I do think that you're a really wonderful person, Miss Haragi. It's just that...
Really?
Oh my, at this rate, we'll be able to see our grandchildren pretty soon.
Today, we're going to have a feast.
Like I said, that's not it.
That's just how badly we want you to get along well with Fimuyu.
What?
Our family used to have no money, and so this girl studied harder than anybody else so that one day she could become rich, and because of that, she didn't even try to make friends.
That's why this is the first time she's brought a friend over. And we're happy. So please, look after our girl and be her friend from now on.
But as one of her staff, she's the one that has to look after me. I'll do my best. I'm going to continue being friends with Miss Haragi from now on. A few hours later. Thank you very much for today.
Not at all. I also didn't have anybody that I could speak to in my private life, so I was happy. So if you like, will you go somewhere with me again sometime? Next time, just the two of us.
Of course. After that day, I started spending time in my private life with Miss Haragi as well. We started going out to places together on the weekends, and little by little, we got to know each other better. Of course, I continue to work hard at my job and...
I heard that the project the other day was a success thanks to you. Well done.
Thank you very much. But it's a little embarrassing to be patted on the head like this.
Oh, that reminds me. You've been working really hard, so why don't I celebrate you? Is there anything that you want me to do?
Well then, I would like to have your home cooking, Miss Haragi.
Are you sure that's all you want?
I think your cooking is the best thing.
Alright, well, then I'll bring you a homemade lunchbox tomorrow.
The next day at the lunch break, I was called by Miss Haragi into the meeting room once again.
Here's as promised, I made you a lunchbox.
Thank you very much.
Well then, let's eat. Wait, I'm sorry. Someone just called for me, so I'm gonna go. You can start eating first.
Miss Haragi seems really busy today as usual. If only I could help her more.
Oh, so this is where you were eating your lunch.
Shoot, Fugo.
But also, that looks like a cheap meal. Did you make that with gradients from that disgusting shop?
Cooking isn't just about the price, and this meal was actually...
Obviously, everything is about money. I feel so sad for you that you can only eat cheap-looking meals like this.
Oh, really? So the meal that I made looks that poor to you, does it?
Miss Haragi? What are you doing here, ma'am?
I made a promise that I would make him a lunchbox, although it seems like it's very much not to your liking, Narukune.
No way! That lunchbox? No! Obviously, there's no way that's true. If it's cooking that you made, then surely you would be using much more high-end ingredients as the CEO.
You know, just because I'm a CEO doesn't mean I only eat expensive things. Well, to begin with, I always do my shopping at a grocery store anyways.
No way! At that disgusting super cheap shop?
That's right, but also... You know, my parents are the owners of that shop.
Huh?
My family used to be very poor, and at that time, we were helped by all kinds of people. And this time, my parents said that they wanted to be helpful to others, and so they started selling items that were all in low price.
No way! But why would you not spend the money when you have so much of it?
It's very important to be modest and humble towards everything. If all you do is brag, then it could really destroy a relationship with others. And also, to speak poorly of that shop also means that you are speaking poorly of my parents. So, does that mean that's how you feel?
I'm very sorry.
After that day, Fugo stopped coming over to me and bothering me anymore. Apparently, he also stopped bragging about how rich he is to those around him. Not long after that, I noticed he was acting strangely. Normally, he would bring fancy lunches to work, but recently, he doesn't eat lunch during the break. According to the rumors, his father's company business was struggling, and his family is having to cut a lot of costs to make ends meet. Here, if you like, eat this.
What? Why are you being nice to me? Even though I said all those terrible things to you before?
I also used to be poor, but I can't just leave somebody when they're struggling for food.
Thank you. It's delicious. Even though you're not using any fancy ingredients in here.
I've said it before, but it's not like ingredients are better just because they're more expensive. Even if it is cheap, if you work hard and make a few changes, you can also make delicious meals.
I didn't know. And yet, I didn't know anything and decided what it would be like. And I was only saying such terrible things. I'm really sorry about everything until now. I won't say things like that ever again.
As long as you understand, it's fine. Ever since that day, Narukane started completing his work more humbly and quietly. We worked together and started to cooperate on projects, and we were able to raise our successes. Our other colleagues started to look up to us and rely on us more. And to this day, I still go over to Miss Haragi's house, and she teaches me how to cook. Today, her parents are at home, and it's just the two of us. Wow! And this is why your cooking's still the best, Miss Haragi.
Huh. Thanks.
I wonder, if I also had a girlfriend that was this good at cooking, maybe I would be able to eat delicious meals like this every day. As if.
about that. What about me? Even though you found out that I used to be poor, you still accepted me, and ever since then, you've been on my mind. We started to spend together. I fell for you more and more.
I also like you too, Miss Haragi. I've always looked up to you and how good you are at your job.
Really? Does that mean I don't have to hold it any longer, right?
What?
To tell you the truth, I've wanted to get close to you this whole time. So, from now on, I'm not gonna hesitate, and I'm gonna get as close as I want.
I can't believe that this is my CEO. On my arm like this. She's way too cute.
I'm Haruto Kujo. I've been working at this bento shop as an employee for 9 years now. Though my days pass by rather busily, even in such ordinary daily life, I feel small happiness.
Brother, I'm heading out for a bit.
Got it. Be careful.
I'll probably be back late, but don't worry, and don't call me like you usually do.
Okay, it's dangerous to be out when it's dark, so try not to be too late. In case you need a ride, just contact me right away.
Jeez, I'm not a kid anymore. How old do you think I am?
Sorry.
Since you're busy working on almost every other day, don't you have more important things to worry about?
Sayaka, my younger sister, isn't related to me by blood. My father took in Sayaka, who was the daughter of his deceased best friend, and from then, we spent time together like real siblings. Until the winter of my 3rd year in middle school, when my father passed away in a traffic accident. I gave up on attending high school to take over my father's bento shop. Working non-stop every day was tough, but I had no regrets. This was because I believed that this was the best way to support my younger sister. However, for some unknown reason, Sayaka had started treating me coldly. My concern for her often come off as overbearing, but from Sayaka's perspective, it's probably just annoying. I need to stop being so attached to her. Then one day, as I was thinking that... Wait, what did you just say?
I said there's someone I want to marry. He's saying that he wants to come over soon. Is that okay?
Someone you want to marry? I've never even heard of you mention a boyfriend! But this kind of reaction is exactly what would come across as annoying, huh? Oh, it's sad that Sayaka would be leaving this house. As her brother, I should wish for her happiness, right? To think you had someone like that. I'm surprised. Let me know when you could come over. I'll make sure to keep my schedule open.
Well, it's fine if you can just greet each other briefly. We plan to go out right after, so just take it easy.
That's not acceptable, is it? Since your fiancé is coming after all, we should take the time to talk with ease. I was naturally curious about the person my sister decided to marry, but my comment only seemed to have made Sayaka even more upset.
That's really annoying! Don't act like we're family when we're not even related by blood!
Sorry.
If I leave in the first place, you won't have to work so hard anymore for someone else like you always have. You should be happier about it.
I'm happy that you're getting married and I'll be happy, but... since we've been together since we were kids, I'll indeed be lonely without you. She frowned and left the room without saying anything. Stop acting like family. Huh. I was used to Sayaka being cold, but... denying our family bond was truly a shock. She hates me that much, I guess. Sayaka might have never thought of me as family from the very beginning. Then, a few days later, Sayaka brought her fiancé to our house. Nice to meet you. I'm Sayaka-san's boyfriend, Puraido Ibaru. I'm her brother, Haruto Kujo. Our house is small, but make yourself at home. Thank you! At first glance, I thought he was a cheerful and pleasant young man, but... well, I've heard about you. It's amazing that you took over this bento shop after your father. Amazing? I was surprised to see such a run-down... Oops, sorry, I meant such a historic building. Within minutes of meeting, he had started speaking ill of my father's shop. It must have been tough working non-stop here after your father passed away. By the way, which university did you go to again? Well, I became the shop owner right after middle school, so I didn't attend university. What? Middle school graduate? No wonder you live such a shabby life. You didn't even go to high school, let alone university? That's unfortunate. Indeed, I can't really say that I lived a wealthy life, but I didn't quite appreciate hearing such things from someone I just met today. But the most pitiful one is Sayaka, since she had to be brought up in this situation. Huh? No wonder why she wants to leave this house so badly. Ibaru-kun.
Stop it!
Sayaka's voice had startled Ibaru-kun into silence.
What's been up with you since earlier? You said that you want to introduce yourself, so I brought you here, but all you've been doing is insulting my brother in my father's shop.
What are you so angry about? I was just feeling sorry for you.
That's none of your business. I never once had any unpleasant experiences living as a Kujo.
Sayaka.
So what if my brother only graduated from middle school? Does just getting to university make a person admirable? My brother gave up high school to support me in father's place, and because of that we can live like this. I won't forgive you for laughing at him after he went through all of that. Apologize to my brother.
Till now, I'd always thought that she hated me, but hearing how Sayaka felt about me filled me with unexplainable happiness. The point I was on the verge of tears. I didn't say anything wrong. And besides, there's no way I'd apologize for something as lowly as him.
Alright, fine. Then sorry, but consider it as if we never discussed our marriage.
Huh? Sayaka?
Did you not hear what I said? I'm calling off our engagement. I can't marry someone who doesn't respect my family.
What? A commoner like you wants to bring out the engagement with me, a nobleman? Don't be ridiculous! Do you have any idea how much I've cared about you until now? I'll make sure you regret not marrying me! Sayaka, are you sure about what you did? Saying those things to Ibaru-kun?
Yeah. Brother.
Huh?
I've been wanting to apologize for always being so cold to you. I'm sorry.
I thought you hated me all this time.
There's no way I could hate you, who always treated me as your #1 priority. It's just that you've always cared for me even when I couldn't do anything to help you. And it was frustrating to watch you struggle for my sake. I wanted you to live for yourself, not for me who isn't even related by blood to you. I wanted you to prioritize your health more rather than pushing yourself more with work. I'm sorry for having been harsh to you.
Me too. I'm sorry for not having any idea on how you really felt about me. Even though you're not my real sister, and despite not being related by blood, even if it's hard, I've always wanted to do my best to support you. Since you're more important than anything else to me.
Brother. I'll try to be more honest expressing my feelings from now on. So, will you continue to stay by my side like you always have?
Seeing Sayaka smiling genuinely after so long made me happy myself. If that's what you want, I'll stay with you forever.
Really?
But there's something I'm worried about.
Is it Ibaru-kun?
Yeah. From what I hear, it seems he's the son of the chairman of the prestigious Pride Group, which oversees numerous renowned companies.
He called himself a young master, so I thought if that's really the case, but... At first, I was really happy, but I knew his family was wealthy, so I was a bit hesitant when he proposed, but... I thought that upon marrying him, I might be able to live a happy life. On top of that, I thought that if I leave, you'd finally be able to spend your time just for yourself.
You actually thought about that?
Yeah, but I had no idea that he'd look down at someone and laugh at them the way he did. I have no eyes for it.
Seeing Sayaka talk with her shoulders drooping dejectedly, I somehow felt a sense of helplessness. It's alright, it's not like they'll just suddenly barge in. If anything happens, I'll definitely protect you.
Thank you, brother.
From that day on, Sayaka had stopped treating me with her usual coldness. Rather,
Brother, welcome back from work.
it might just be my imagination, but I feel like we've gotten closer than before. If you cling on to me that much, it makes it hard for me to move.
Because, I couldn't see you for 12 hours today, and we'll be apart tomorrow too because of your work again. So, I need to stay close while I can for now.
Sayaka had always been clingy. As a child, she stuck to me in everything we did, and so we played together like real siblings. Her mother raised her alone with no family to rely on, so my father, who was her best friend, took her in. Maybe her separation from her mother had an impact. After Dad passed away, we often misunderstood each other because we cared too much, but despite everything, nothing has changed. Reflecting on this, I suddenly recalled our past. Well, I'm happy as her brother that my little sister is so attached to me, but it's still a bit embarrassing. But now that the misunderstandings have been cleared up, I'm happy that we seem to have returned to being close siblings like we used to be. But a few days later, something happened. Hey, you poor people! So, after making me look like a fool in front of everyone, you two are happily going out together? After finishing grocery shopping and on the way back home, he called out to us as if he were waiting for our return. And standing next to him was an unfamiliar man. Ibaru, are these the people you were talking about earlier? Yeah, Dad! That's the girl who unilaterally broke off the engagement with me and her brother. Ibaru-kun refers to the man as Papa, which means he must be the chairman of the Furaido group. It seems he's trying to appeal to his father by betraying us as villains. I was seriously considering marrying Sayaka, but then she suddenly broke off the engagement. Don't you think that's terrible?
That's because you said awful things to my brother, isn't it?
Sure, I called him a dropout and said that you lived miserably, but it's the truth, right? I pitied you, and then you go ahead and break off the engagement. That's right. If compared with you, our lifestyle probably isn't as good. But I've never regretted taking over my father's shop to support Sayaka, and it's really a not pleasant feeling to be insulted for that. Whatever. But you did break off the engagement, and that doesn't change. And I could easily destroy your little bento shop with Dad's power. If it's the Furaido group, a small bento shop like ours could probably be shut down in a blink. I have to protect Sayaka and the shop somehow. I had that thought when... Is everything you said now true? Yes! I've been humiliated! And now they need to be taught a lesson. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how you belittled someone's family, ran away when it got tough, and then shamelessly cried to your dad. Then trying to corner your ex-fiancée and her family. That's what I'm talking about. First of all, you are experiencing the cancellation of your engagement. Have you ever considered why Sayaka distanced herself from you? Having insulted her loved ones. I don't think there's anyone who would want to marry you despite that. That is... Not at all. You, who have always relied on me and those around you up until now. You have no right to criticize Haruto-kun, who is working hard for his family. Haruto-kun, Sayaka-san, I apologize for my son's rudeness. Please forgive us. No, it's fine. Please raise your head back up. I can't do that. We've caused you too much trouble. Ibaru, you too. Hurry up and apologize now. I'm sorry. It's also my fault for spoiling him. I'm going to make sure he realizes the trouble he put you both in, and make him own up to them. I promise that you won't have to see him for a second time.
After parting Ibaru in the car, Furaido-san smiled gently at us.
Oh, right. If it's alright, could you sell me one of your bento? Of course!
I hurriedly prepared a bento and handed it to Furaido-san.
Actually, I once tried your father's bento when he was running the shop. After that, I became a fan of his store. Even now, I sometimes have my secretary buy it for me.
Really?
When I found out that your father passed away, I thought that I'd no longer be able to taste the same bento again. But after you took over, your cooking has not only maintained the quality, but even improved the taste. I was surprised when it turned out to be even more delicious. I have my secretary buy bento from here so often that even they get tired and say, again, each time. And you surely put in more effort than I realized. I was impressed to see that someone so young makes such delicious bento.
Never did I think that Furaido-san would eat bento from our store, but I was overjoyed by his praise. Thank you! I'll continue to do my best to keep this shop going. Just like you, for those customers who also like the taste of our bento, I'll make sure not to disappoint them.
I'm glad to hear that. Thanks.
Furaido-san suggested if it would be possible to regularly order bento lunches for the employees at his company, and I decided to accept his proposal. Thanks to him, the bento shop gained a good reputation and word of mouth spread widely, leading to a bustling business with many orders every day. Even though it became extremely busy, we were able to afford hiring more employees, allowing us to live more comfortably than before. As for Ibaru-kun, it seems that he was confident in becoming the next president by following in his father's footsteps. His arrogant and royal demeanor towards everyone was likely because of that. Furaido-san decided that he couldn't entrust the company to such a son, so he scrapped the plan of having Ibaru-kun take over the company.
Furaido! Are the materials for tomorrow's meeting ready yet?
I'm sorry. I'll submit it by this evening.
You need to finish them by the morning, or they won't be ready in time!
I'm sorry. I'll have them done as soon as possible.
He spends his days as a regular employee at his father's company, being bossed around by senior employees. Meanwhile, as for us...
I like you, Haruto.
What happened? All of a sudden, I like you too, Sayaka.
Not like that. I don't mean I like you as a brother, but I like you as Haruto.
What? I felt my heartbeat quicken in response to Sayaka's sudden confession. I'm happy that you feel that way, but we're siblings, so...
We only live together under the same roof, but we're not real siblings.
That's true, but...
Or am I a bother to you, perhaps?
Of course not! Because since the past, I'd actually liked you for a long time, since even before we lived together.
Really?
Hey, don't get this close to me!
I'm just so glad that we both feel the same way.
I'd intended not to ever say this. It was complicated to treat the girl I liked as if she were my sister. In order not to see my beloved sister sad, I chose to work in place of my father. There have been many painful and difficult things, but just being able to see her smile made me feel that all the hard work was worth it.
Haruto, will you stay by my side forever?
Of course. It's difficult to immediately switch from seeing her as my dear little sister to the woman I love, but I vow firmly to continue supporting Sayaka by her side from now on.
Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. And don't forget to check out our other episodes too. According to my calculations, you are about to like and subscribe to our videos. Thank you for watching. See you next time.